Hey guys, it's Jack, and welcome back to another YouTube video from CruiseCasinoMafia.com. And we're back at the craps table, and this is a Waylon strategy. So I will try, if I remember, to put the link to Waylon's video on this. And this is such a cool strategy. You know, I love strategies for craps. First of all, I become a real big hybrid player, meaning that a lot of the stuff I show on the private side for members of CruiseCasinoMafia.com, a lot of that stuff lately has been hybrid, where you're on both sides, where you can make money by hitting numbers, but you also have the possibility of either breaking even or making additional money on the dark side when the 7 comes. And this is one of those type of strategies. So instead of doing this one privately, I love demoing this. So I'm going to show you guys this, and I'll show you the little bit of flexibility. So you can watch Waylon's video to watch the straight system. But as we go through this, I'm going to show you some of the flexibility and the things you can do to make it your own. Because remember, most strategies, as much as everybody shows you them as a 1, 2, 3, this is the way it is, these are the rules, I never like the fact that people don't understand that you can tweak things. And I don't mean tweaking it so it's no longer the same strategy. I mean taking less numbers, being more conservative. So while we're doing this, I'll try to go through that. Now, we are using Wizard, which means it's a freaking nightmare because it's never going to help to be able to show the strategy. In the new year, I'm going to be using Crapsy, but I'm going to be entering in manual rolls. So it's a little bit more like a normal, real experience. But for the moment, we're still using this. So if I get aggravated, I get aggravated. So here we go. We're going to wait on the... Oh, this is called... he calls it get paid, get laid. And you'll see why. So this one, you're not doing a pass or a don't pass bet. So you're not the shooter here. Okay, so it's a 7, nothing happens. All right, here we go. So we've got our point. So we're going to do this at a level below what he was doing. He was doing this with $100 bets across. I'm going to do it at 50. Okay? So we'll just do it at 50. And this can be dummied down all the way to bubble craps. All right? Oh, and on these you need to do 30. So if it's not bubble craps, if you're playing on a real table, you have to go up a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what? It's 60. You'd have to go up to 60. I'm sorry. You'd have to do 60 and 60, and the rest are 50. So we have a $270 bet out here. But don't get crazy. You can do this on bubble craps for just a couple of bucks on each. So we're going to play it his style initially, and I'm going to show you how he plays it, and then we can show you some of the variations. So what you're looking to do here is you're looking to get 2 hits, and every time you get a hit, you're going to move the money up to the lay bet, and you're going to take the rest of the money off. So let's see if this thing will help me to show you this. Usually that's not the case. Okay, that's great. So on the 4, we're making like double our money. So it's about $100. Okay, so for the 50, we make a little less than 100. So watch what we do. We just made $100, right? We're going to take this down. Okay. And then we're going to put the same 50, and we're going to switch it to a lay bet. And what we're looking to do with his strategy is get one more hit. And that's not it. Okay, there it is. Great. It actually helped me for once to show the strategy. How do you like that? So our $60 paid 70 here. All right. So we're taking that bet down. We're locking it up. And we're putting the same $60 up here. Okay? So now, the way that he plays this is he protects himself and comes off everything else. And I'm sorry it takes forever for me to do this. There's no other way with this system to just remove the bet that I'm aware of. Okay? You just have to shift and remove it. So now, here's the deal. We can only make more money. Because if the 7 comes, we're going to make more money. But if these get knocked off, you're not going to lose the money that you already made. You're only going to lose part of it. So you're going to make less money, but you cannot lose now. You cannot lose now. You can only make more money if the 7 comes. So let's see if this is a great demo and it's going to show you how that works. Okay, so we lost the 6. So we lost a little bit of the money there, but we still made money on the original 6th place bet. So let's see what happens if we can get that 7 to come. We're looking for a 7. Come on. All right. Nothing happened there. We made the point. This is still going to be active, working. We're still looking for the 7. And there it is. So now that comes down. And let's take a look at what happened there. We didn't get the perfect scenario where the 7 came and both of the lay bets got paid, but we did get one. So look where we're at. We're up $130 now after one shooter. Okay? So now let's do it again. And then I'm going to talk to you about a couple of variations that I like with this. So we have our points, and we're going to just go right back out. So I may as well start talking about it. So here you go. These have to go to 60. Oh, what am I doing here? That has to be played too. I don't know why I didn't do that. I hope I didn't screw that up on the last one. I don't think I did. And I screwed this up. Why did I? Oh, because I thought it was the other one. Okay. All right, so there's your full bet across. It's 320. I don't know what happened. I think what happened on the last bet was that I did not place the, I don't think I placed the point number, because this is a 320 bet and we had a 270 bet, I think, before. So I must have not, you're supposed to place it all the way across, and I must have not placed the point number. Okay. So that's what it needs to look like. I must have made a mistake on that last one. All right. So now let's talk about a little bit of a variation. No one says that you have to play all the numbers in this strategy, right? So you can, if you choose to, you can play the ones that make the biggest bang for your buck, right? The outside, the 4 and the 10. You can eliminate the 6 and the 8. Now, we know 6s and 8s come up more often, so that's what you're taking off the board if you do that. All right? All I'm saying is no one is forcing you to play this strategy completely across. You can do the 4, 5, and the 10, or the 4, 5, and the 9. Or you can go the other direction and play the numbers that come in more often. And here you can do the 5, 6, and the 8. Or just inside, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay? So you don't have to play it all the way across, but you have to test this and see what you want to do. But that's a way to tighten up the bankroll for this if it's something you want to do. We'll just run this one the same way, playing fully across. All right, that's a 3, another 3, a 12, and a 7 out. So here's the worst case scenario, right? We lost everything. We didn't get one hit. So what Waylon does in these situations, and we're down now, as you can see, right? We're down, even though we made money on the first shooter. You can go up, or you can try to make it back a little slower. So what we'll do is, in this case, and by the way, you don't have to double. You can make your scale a little less. So you can go, let's say, from a $60 bet to a $90 bet here. So you've got to play this and practice this to see what works best for you. Remember, craps is not like what we do in some of these other games where it's automatically people are doubling and doubling. You don't have to do that here. Now, if we were up hundreds of dollars already, we wouldn't even think about going up. We would just come back out with the same bet. So we're just going to do that again. Well, we're not going to do it yet. We have to wait for the point. Okay. So what we can do here is let's just experiment. right? Because the moral of this video is not to show you how amazing this is. You can watch Waylon's video and you can see it played out exactly the same, which you definitely should do. I'm just showing you variations. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to do these inside numbers. Okay? And this has to be 60 if you're playing on a regular table because they want the cap. You don't have to do that if you're on the bubble craps. So now we're just doing this with the inside numbers. And I'm just doing this to show you guys variations. All right? So here we go. We're looking for 2 hits. All right, there's hit number 1. So we made money on the 9. So we're going to take our money and we're going to tell the dealer to move our 50 that was there to the lay bet. Okay? And there's the 8. Perfect. So we're taking our profit and we're moving the 60 to the 8. Okay? And now we're going to remove these. So what we just did in this situation was we didn't have as much money at risk because we didn't go all the way across the board. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. It means we have less shots of taking the money down and moving to the 2 bets on the lay side quicker. I understand that. But we also took some of the risk off by not having as much money out initially. So you've got to determine what works best for you. You can play this as conservative as you want. Or you can play this the full version, which is completely across. So now what are we looking to do? We already locked up our money. We made money already because we hit these 2. Now to make more money, we need the 7 to show up without the 8 or the 9. But even if we get knocked off these, we still locked up money for the shooter. I hope everybody is understanding that. So we're rooting for the 7 now. And there it is. Wow, how do you like that? This wizard is actually letting me show you guys without giving me a heart attack. So you understand. So you made money on that shooter. So now, just for purposes of showing another option, we're going to show it from the outside bets. We showed you the full Waylon way of going across. We showed you the inside numbers. So let's roll. It's a 7. Okay, the point is a 5. So what we can do, and these pay way more money on the place bets, the 4 and the 10. They don't hit as much though, right? That's the problem. You could get knocked off these. All right, you could get knocked off these. So what we can do is we can add one more number maybe. All right? I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can do the 4, 5, 9, 10. You want to do that? Let's do that. So now we're only playing outside numbers. Let's see how it plays out. That's a 6, see? So if we would have had all the way across, that would have been one number moving to the lay already. That's a 3, doesn't do anything for us. And there's a 7 out, so we lose everything. All right, so that's a total loss. All right, so let's try it again. That's a 7. And you're going to have those total losses. You're going to have the PSOs, as they call them, 0.7 out. Right? You're going to have that happen. And you just have to understand that you're going to either go up. You don't have to go up every time. But you're going to determine whether you're in profit, whether you're not in profit. But the moral of the story is you always want to return to whatever your base bet is as fast as you possibly can. That is a fact. All right, so here we go again. This time we're going to do the 4, 5, and 10 and see if we can get lucky enough to get our 2 hits. That's a 9, so we took the wrong one. Okay, great. We hit the 4. Remember, the 4 pays the most. It's like a double. We're getting paid $100 for a $50 bet. So now we're moving that up here. Okay? And remember, on the 4 and 10, the odds are in your favor for the 7 to come before the 4 and 10. So it only pays half your bet. So that's the downside of the lay bet on the 4 and the 10, but you have way more odds of winning it. All right, so now let's talk about another variation. So what we've been doing so far is waiting, and what Waylon does is he waits for the 2 hits to move, the 2 hits, and then come off the place bets, move them to the lay bets, and take the other bets off. Well, let me ask you something. If you're not going to go all the way across, and you locked up the win, and you cannot lose, can you do this? Can you play for 1 hit and down? Yeah, you can. So now watch. Now we made our money. We made $100, right? And we moved our original bet here. And if we lose it, we're only going to lose about 50, right? But if we win it, we're going to win about 25. So can you do that? Yeah, you can do that. So here we go. We're rooting for the 7 now. And there it is. So do you see what we just did? So do you understand there's variations of this? Let's get another number. All right, 10. All right. We played the full Waylon version all the way across. Then we played inside numbers, and then we played variations of the outside numbers. So let's try something else. Let's play the outside numbers. And let's play our third one on one of the ones that hits more often. So do you understand that there's massive, I know he doesn't normally show stuff like this, but I've taken his strategy and I've shown you that there's flexibility. Not everything is rule 1, rule 2, rule 3. Waylon's original system is amazing. But you can vary it just like he does. So now we have the 2 outside numbers that pay the best. And we have one of the inside numbers. You can go to 4. You can take the 5 if you want. Okay, you want to do that? Let's do that. So now we have 4, 5, 6, 10. Watch this. Let's see if it'll cooperate. Okay. So there's the 6. We take it down. Right? And the 60 goes here. Okay? Now, what do you want to do? You want to play this one for the 2 hits? Or you want to play it for the 1 hit? You see what I'm saying? Now, let me tell you something else you can do. You lock this one up, right? What if now, and I'm just showing you variations, we take down the 5, and we leave the other 2 up that pay the most? What if we do that? Let's see how that plays out. Doesn't mean it's going to work, right? Doesn't mean it's going to work. Okay, it didn't work because we lost the 50, we lost the 50. We originally made the money on the 6, and now we made more money on the lay bet. So it didn't really work out perfectly for us. But the moral of the story is, guys, I'll put Waylon's video. I love this concept, but I hope what I've added to your mindset is that there are variations that you can do of this, and they work really, really well. I love it. I love what Waylon did. I love the math, but I will tell you that you can do multiple different things with this. Have fun with this. Watch Waylon's video and play around with it. Have a great day. Remember, guys, this is what we do at CruzCasinoMafia.com. If you want to join us for all the private videos, go to CruzCasinoMafia.com, join as a lifetime member, and use the code MAFIA50. You want to do this now. We have so many powerful things we're doing in Baccarat right now. I can't talk about the roulette stuff because some of that stuff is extremely private. And craps, you know this is my favorite game in the world. And I will always be evaluating crap stuff because this is what I play to make money on a regular basis. We'll see you on the inside of CruiseCasinoMafia.com. Shout out to Waylon. And if you're not a subscriber of Waylon, you are missing out, boy. You've got to subscribe to Waylon's Way Craps. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.